Hello? Oh, hi, darling.
Half a world away, another day. So let's go play on the moon. It's a starry place. We embrace the space while we're miles away on the moon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of On the Other Line. I'm your host, Kelly Keegs, and we're feeling intimate today. We are no longer live. We are no longer on Sling. We are no longer having commercial breaks. I need to recalibrate my whole delivery on everything I'm doing because I'm in the mindset of like, oh, here we are. We're going to take a break soon. We're going to jam everything in 15 minutes, do XYZ, whatever. We're relaxed now. We're chilling. This is a podcast now, basically. This is a pod. This is a YouTube show. I'm so excited about it. I think that having this chance to be able to put clips out in real time and direct people to the show, and you can watch it right away, and it's like a little less complicated to watch it. I think it's going to be fantastic for the audience. It's going to be fantastic for me. It's going to be fantastic for everybody else around us, and I'm just really excited about it. So in honor of this new chapter we are beginning, the topic for today is new chapters. I think that in your life, especially when the seasons change, you turn a certain age, whatever it is, there's always some part of you that feels like, wow, I'm starting a new chapter. This is a new time in my life. This is something that I've never done before. Everything is going to change for me. I have to grow and adapt. And I think that there's so many things that happen in life that propel these thoughts. And so we'll start off as we always do with just a kind of a rundown of things that when I think of new chapters, these make me think about them. Before we get into that, we are sitting in my studio still. The studio is going to change a little bit for those watching on YouTube. The studio is going to look basically the same, but we're moving out of the room that we're in, which honestly, thank fucking God, because it's so cold in here. As you can see, I'm wearing my Nanook of the North fucking thing again. And it'll be on like a movable wall, basically, so we can put it in a different room and record in a different room, which will be fantastic. So I'm looking forward to that. But we're in our old setup still at the moment. And in the room with me, I have Gia and Madeline hanging out with me. What's up, girls? It's nice having you here. It's weird. It's nice. It's a little, I can't tell if I'm more nervous or less nervous that you're right here.
It's definitely a different
It's
vibe.
weird, right?
It is weird. It's also weird because we're not like in a podcast room.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was
we're in a weird
in
spot.
front of like my computer and stuff, it'd be a little bit more normal.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here staring.
It's bizarre. Yeah, it's a bizarre setup. It feels like we're sitting in a circle but with microphones. Like that's what it feels like. And so so it's a weird setup right now, but we're, next week's episode, when it comes out, we will hopefully have had all of the changes made so we can just record it in a regular room and it won't look so weird. So happy about that. But this is a new chapter for us. Like I was saying, this is a new chapter. This is a new beginning, and I anticipate fantastic things. I have a couple other new chapters starting in my life. I basically made this topic today so I could talk about the fact that I'm moving to a new apartment. It's literally the only reason. And I'm really excited about it, but I'm also really nervous. And the reason I'm nervous is because the apartment that I've lived in right now, number one on my list of things that are like new chapters is moving to a new home, a new apartment, a new, just a new dwelling of any kind. And I have lived in my current apartment for 4 years, which is the longest I've ever lived in an apartment in New York. I've lived in New York for almost 10 years, and that is just like a pretty big chunk of my time in this apartment. And it's a shitty apartment. It's a 1-bedroom in Chelsea, which sounds glamorous, but it's not. It's like very small. It's a 4th floor walk up. I have no laundry in the building. I have no doorman. My packages get stolen all the time. I have cockroaches come through all the time. Like, it's not a great apartment, but the location is so fucking clutch, and all my friends live in the same neighborhood, and it just was like, it feels now, after so much time, it really felt like home to me. And I feel like it's hard in New York City to make an apartment feel like your home. Like, you always kind of go back and you're like, oh yeah, this is my house, this is my apartment, whatever. But like, I call my apartment my house. I'm like, oh, I got to go home. I got to go to my house, even though it's an apartment, because it truly started to feel like home. And my building, because it's like old and shitty and whatever, and we're in the middle of like this absurd rental market, they are forcing everyone out of the building. My lease was originally up in October, and they want everyone out and they're not renewing leases because they want to gut all the apartments and then double the price and do whatever. They want to make all these updates. And I checked, I'll tell you what, I checked on Street Easy to see like the other apartments in my building, and I saw a couple of them that were already renovated, and they're fucking gorgeous, and it kind of pisses me off. I'm like, okay, well, my apartment is shit. What the hell? Like, they have like, you know, all new appliances, all this like wood cabinetry. Like, I had to, when I moved into my apartment, my dad built me like cabinets. Like, he made them out of wood and built them because I had no cabinets, and I would have had to have like a whole entire system installed, and it would have been fucking insane. Like, that's how shitty this apartment was when I moved in. But I made it so nice, and it was fantastic. And so when I got this call that I was going to have to leave, I knew it was going to come soon because my building was purchased recently by like a big company. And so I had a feeling they were going to push us out. They were obviously doing construction on some of the apartments. I like knew about it already. And I just thought that I would have like 6 months or another year or something like that. So to get the call and to be like, you're out of here, was just like, I don't even think I've had time to process it because I've just been so worried. I'm like, oh my fucking God, like now I got to worry about moving. I've got 3 weddings coming up. I've got all this other bullshit going on. And, you know, what am I going to do? The market's insane right now. Broker's fees are up out the ass. Like, I can't even express how expensive everything is. Just even to move right now is outrageous. And so it's just a huge burden put on my shoulders. And then somehow, I don't know who's looking out for me, who's watching out for me. I found a new apartment. I already found one like this past week. This is a couple weeks ago now. You're seeing this late, but I found one like 2 weeks after I got the phone call that I had to move out. I asked them to like extend my stay. I was going to stay there till December and like try to work something out. I was panicking because my credit's really fucking bad. Like, there's so many factors were going into this that I just was like, no one is going to approve me for an apartment. No one is going to let me move anywhere in New York City with my current, like, you know, just credit standings. It doesn't matter how much money I have in the bank. It doesn't matter how well OnlyFans is doing. The credit is what really fucks you. And it almost did. But luckily, I found a good broker that helped me out. I found an amazing apartment, and I get the keys next week, and I'm losing my fucking mind over it.
That's
I can't
so
believe
exciting.
it. Isn't that great?
Yay.
I'm just like, I cannot believe it. I'm like, I'm almost just, I can't even breathe at all times because I don't have the keys in hand yet. So I'm like, oh my fucking God, when I have the keys, it will feel normal, but I'm still like holding my breath because I'm like, how did this work out so well? Like, the apartment's unbelievable. I have so much natural light. I've never had this much natural light in my life.
That is so exciting.
And I'm so excited. So that finding the new apartment and getting really lucky and feeling good in that moment started to alleviate a lot of that stress that I was feeling about, about this big change. Like, I feel like I haven't even had time to think about how different things are going to be, how different my life is going to be. And that sounds dramatic because I'm still living in New York City. I'm just moving to a different neighborhood. But I feel so like I know where everything is. I know my bodega guy. I know my smoothie guy. I know like all the restaurants I like to order from on Seamless. I know the best hangover bagel, and I know all the, it's like I know where they have, really good French toast. Like, I know the specifics, and I've taken the time to learn it. And it's just, you got to start all over. You have to do it all over again in a different neighborhood. And it's just, it's a daunting thought. But the positive about that is that I also get to decorate a new apartment, which is really carrying me through the stress. I love the idea of being able to just like, I don't know, just change my whole fucking life based on how my apartment is decorated. Like, I'm thinking right now currently. I
was going to say, what kind of vibe are you going
We're
for?
going, so my bedroom is going to basically look like a garden. It's like, I'm going to have, I think I'm going to do in my bedroom and also in my living room, one wall of each. I'm going to do like an accent wall of wallpaper. I've already been looking up. Wallpaper is hot right now. I don't know if you guys know. Wallpaper is the hotness. The peel and stick option that like Wayfair has, like there's a lot of good shit when it comes to wallpaper. And I have so much, like, I don't know what my problem is, but if I see a blank wall, I need to fill it with shit. So I have a ton of things on my wall right now. I have like every space is covered with something. And it's all pretty unnecessary. Like, I have some cute paintings and like art stuff, whatever, but I also have stuff that I just threw up there because I was like, I don't like that blank wall. I'm excited now that I can put this wallpaper up and just not have to fill the fucking wall. Like, you can look at the art that is the wallpaper and I can just, become a little more minimal. Like, I think I need to throw so much shit away. It's out of control. So I'm excited about that. You guys will be updated on that endlessly, I have a feeling, because it's like literally all I can think about, literally all I can talk about. Hence why I made this entire episode all about new chapters. Moving to a new apartment, number one. I think that another huge chapter in your life that you don't anticipate being so difficult, but you really just need to get your bearings about you and do it, is starting a new job. I think that every time you start a new job, you're excited, obviously. You're like, woo, I'm new job, getting paid, not worrying about it. I'm not unemployed. Like, this is, we're moving forward in the right way. I'm getting paid a good amount of money, whatever it is that you feel good about in this new job. The first day of work at a new job is horrifying. Like, you walk in and you're like, I need these people to like me. Otherwise, my workplace is going to be a nightmare. I need to not try too hard. I need to not, try too little. I need to make a splash, but also be respectful of people that have already been there. Like, there are so many things to think about when you go into work on the first day of a new job. And it becomes really difficult when you sit and think about it too long. Like, you can't overthink it, but you do kind of have to overthink it. What do you guys think about starting a new job does it feel like the first day of school to you? I feel like that's how it feels.
And especially here, this was the most intimidating place
beyond.
to start a new job.
Because it matters here, socially. Like, if you don't hang out with people, if you're not cool with people, it's harder to make content with people you don't hang out with. Totally. So definitely a place like this that makes sense.
It's totally like the first day of school. I mean, I have never worked in a job in an office. I've only been a nanny and stuff. But even the first day of going to meet the parents and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Completely, because it's all about the first impression. Like, you only get one first impression. People always say that, but it's true, especially when it comes to work and just not looking foolish. Like, I think that's my biggest fear always, is if I'm starting a new job or I'm coming into a new company, the biggest fear is just looking stupid on the first day and having something stick with you forever. Like, maybe you can get out of that if you're, if you can make fun of yourself, say do something stupid, you answer a stupid question, or you reply all to the mass company email. Those things are embarrassing. But if you are cool with it and you kind of let it slide, you can make jokes about it, make jokes at your own expense, whatever. But if you don't joke about those things, or you react weirdly to something like that, I feel like it's just, then everybody thinks oh, they're not that cool. They're weird. They're not going to joke around, whatever. It's such a stressful situation, I feel. I don't know. I'm thinking about too, making the relationships at work. It is so hard to figure out who your friends are going to be. Because there's always someone who, when you come into your first day of work, there's always someone that will go out of their way to take you under their wing. You're not going to be shunned on the first day. People are really nice to you. People are always oh, if you want to come to lunch with me, or oh, you want to do whatever. People try to make an effort to make you feel welcome, because they want you to feel welcome too. They have to deal with you. They have to work with you. Sometimes though, you'll get linked up with the office snitch or something like that. The person who's in the hand of the boss, and all of a sudden nobody wants to hang out with you because they think that you're too friendly with the boss and whatever. So it's it's so hard to gauge a social situation like that on your first day. And the work itself obviously is a nightmare. You have to do your job the way that you were told you were going to do your job. So it's really difficult. I also think a good new chapter is kind of goes hand in hand with moving, but moving to a new city. I think that moving to a new city is something that I could never do. I think if somebody was Kelly, you have to move to Chicago tomorrow. Kelly, you have to move to LA tomorrow. I'd be nope, I'm sorry, I can't. I am also someone who just loves New York so much, so I'd be devastated to have to leave New York. I guess if the opportunity was so amazing, I'm gonna turn down a good opportunity. But trying to make new friends in a new city, trying to get the lay of the land. It takes so much time to become comfortable in a city. Like I said before, I've lived in New York almost 10 years, and I finally now feel here I am. This is my city. This is everything I know about, whatever. I finally feel like I can say that. I know it well enough. And, apart from that, it's just, I don't know, the years leading up to it, I always kind of felt like an outsider. I felt all right, I have to earn my stripes. I have to kind of, certain experiences have to happen to you within this city to make it your city. And I feel like it just takes so much time. So moving to a new city and truly starting over is so stressful. Did I tell you about the New York party that I'm having for myself next year? You guys are both invited.
Ooh.
I'll tell you about it in detail. I've been looking forward to talking about it. So next September, mark your calendars, I will have lived in New York for 10 years. And they always say, always say that you're not a real New Yorker unless you've lived in New York for 10 years. That's like, I think like Carrie Bradshaw said it. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm like I think it was Carrie Bradshaw. And
she would know.
She would know.
Yeah.
So she is the authority on all things New York.
Literally.
So she would know. And so I have decided I never got to have a 30th birthday party because of COVID. And I haven't gotten to have a birthday party in like 5 years, whatever. I decided instead of a birthday party next year, I'm going to do a New York party where I'm dressed as the Statue of Liberty. It'll be celebrating. Yes. Basically Blake Lively's Met Gala outfit. That's what I'll be wearing. And I'm inviting everyone I know. Everyone that's been an important part of my life in New York is invited.
Fabulous.
And I'm going to find a good like venue with with a view, something like a bar with like a rooftop bar, something, whatever. And it is required by law of my party that you have to dress up in a New York themed costume.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like you can be a Frank Sinatra. You can be a fucking taxi cab. You can be whatever you want. You could be a sports icon. Like
I'm
you can
dress up
be
as J-Lo.
perfect.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like be whatever, but you are not allowed inside my party unless you put a fucking costume on.
Yeah.
And that
There's nothing worse than someone that doesn't follow a theme.
I know. It drives me
Yeah,
insane.
it does.
This is the theme. So that's what it is.
Perfect.
And so that will be happening next September. And I'm going to give a big speech. And it's going to be amazing. So just look forward to that.
I want it to be like
Isn't
next
that
week.
fun? Like,
Yeah,
right? I
that's
wish it was
awesome.
next week. I
Yeah.
need some time to plan. But like, I don't know. I'm just excited. I've never like thrown a party for myself. I've
No, it's a
never
huge
been able to
achievement.
do it.
And
Yeah.
staying
I'm
in
like,
the same place for
right.
that long is like
Stayed here the whole
especially
time.
in
I
New
didn't
York.
fucking move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't leave this place.
Yeah.
I didn't, whatever. So I'm excited. So you guys are both invited to the New York party.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah. Like I said, September 2023. So mark your calendar. But even I'm having this New York party, whatever. It took me 10 years to like have this stupid fucking party for myself just based on New York. Imagine I have to move to LA and it's like, well, when do I become like a real LAer? What are they called? Like, what are LA people called?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, douchebags. Yes, that's exactly what they're called. Honestly, though, now that I'm thinking about it, all the other cities, I'm really just on a high horse about New York City right now. All the other cities, do they have a verb or not a verb? I guess a noun, a thing to be called, like
Chicagoan.
like Chicagoan.
Chicagoan.
Is that how there's Texan?
But that's a
Texan's an
state.
easy one. Maybe it just has to do with how easy it is to say the name
New
of your city.
Yorker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
would make New Yorker easy. Okay.
Oh,
Bostonian.
Yeah,
That's a good one. Yeah, all the major cities. I don't know.
Philadelphian.
Yeah.
None
Philadelphian.
None of them
They don't
roll
make
off
sense.
the tongue the
No.
same way that New Yorker
Nobody
does.
does.
Yeah.
That's what we do at the best. But yeah, moving to a new city. I think another aspect of it, I had a lot of people in my DM responses saying this too, when moving to a new city, really is like the friend aspect of it, because you have you move to a new city and you're like, all right, I know like 3 or 4 people in this city. Like maybe we're not the best of friends, but we're close enough that like I can hang out with them when I want to hang out with them. I can, there's always somebody I can call to go to lunch or dinner if I'm feeling lonely, like apart from people at work. And, there's always that outlet. But over time, you become friends with their friends. And then all of a sudden you have all of these friends from that city. And that's what makes everything great. Having to start that process all over again and like meet all these new people and learn about their lives and learn about their families. It's like, what the fuck? It's so, I think it's exhausting. It's hard enough to like make new friends anyway, to have to move to a new city and make all new friends. Like you have to be so determined to be able to do that. Cause I feel like I'm a determined person, but I don't know if I could do that shit. Like I just, God, I am tired of meeting new people. It's just a fact. But okay. The next one I have on my list is new apartment or house. I'm going to talk about house with this one because I wax poetic about the apartment for 10 hours. But if you are moving into, say you're moving into like your adult life, like you bought a house or you bought a place with your significant other or on your own, that in itself is like a massive, massive undertaking. Like I feel like it's obviously exciting. It's like, oh my God, I own a home. Like this is incredible, whatever. I have a lot of friends now that have like purchased homes and nothing sounds more stressful to me. Like they're the same friends who have like gotten married and stuff. And, they're taking the logical steps in their life, like kind of how everybody follows, just follows these steps in their life. And they buy these homes and I hear about what they talk about. They're talking about backsplashes for bathrooms. They're talking about property taxes. They're talking about all this shit. And I'm in my head like, this is just too adult for me. Like, am I just not an adult that I can't even wrap my head around this shit? Like, I feel like an adult in certain aspects of my life. I do not feel like an adult when it comes to owning a home. Like, there's not a fucking chance that I would be able to undertake that on my own. Like, I would need to hire somebody to help me out. Like, there's no way. It seems so stressful. Again, and I'm not shitting on all these new chapters. That's kind of how it feels like when I'm saying everything is so stressful, but it is like changing a part of your life and turning the page to a new chapter in your life is extremely stressful. But I do think that it's good stress. Sometimes it's necessary stress. When I was talking about leaving my neighborhood, Chelsea, I love it so much. I was talking to a friend of mine and he was like, it's great though that you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And I think maybe that's something that you need to do every once in a while. I've gotten very complacent in my house. Like my apartment right now looks like a fucking bomb went off. Like it is so ridiculous. I have clothes everywhere. I have stuff everywhere and it's too much. I need to throw everything away. I need to get rid of so many things, but I don't even care to like put all my clothes back in the drawers because I know that they don't all fit in the drawers and I'm getting a new dresser anyway. And so I've just like let it go. And it's just, what the fuck am I doing right now? It's a chaotic space that I don't like. And I feel like not helpless to change it. I'm so lazy to change it. And I didn't have anything pushing me to like go through all my shit. Like in my head, I was like, I'm going to move eventually. If I had stayed in this apartment for another 6 months to a year, it would have stayed exactly the same. I would have lived in this chaotic mess for an entire fucking year. Now that I got this phone call, it's like, all right, I have to get my shit together. I have to map out time. I can't just lay on the couch and smoke weed all night. I have to pack my fucking shit and get to my new house. I need to plan out, like it's giving me something to do. Like I can't just sit back and listen to Harry Potter on Audible all night long. Like I can do that while I pack, you know what I mean? Like I do this all the time now. I come home, I lay on the couch, I put Harry Potter on and I just smoke weed and I lay there and I just lay there and listen to it. Like I don't even put the TV on. And I'm like, what is my problem? Like, and I have heard, by the way, I have gone through all 7 books on Audible maybe 15 times. Like I go through them all and then I finish and I start again.
Tired of it or no?
No.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it. I'm like, when will I get tired? Yeah. I'm like, when?
Like that's good brain usage.
Maybe. I hope.
Because you're not staring at a screen.
Right. Sometimes I'll do it while I'm like, online shopping or whatever. So I'm like still on a screen. But I do it a lot when I'm running doing chores around the house, like doing the dishes or cleaning the bathroom or, putting my clothes away usually. Yeah. But I've kind of morphed into this, no, I'm just going to lay here and listen to it. Sometimes I fall asleep a little bit. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, it's 8:00. Like what? Go to bed or do something. Like what are we doing here? And it's like, you just, sometimes you have to be pushed out of that rut.
Yeah, I go home and I just sit on TikTok until I go to
same.
Bed, literally.
It's sick. It's sick. I haven't even looked at my screen time recently. Like I won't look at it. Like I never usually look at it. But lately it's been bad.
It makes me sad.
Yeah.
It makes me embarrassed.
Totally embarrassed.
I'm just like, no one knows, but I know.
I know.
It's just like, damn.
I'm embarrassed of myself. Right. I get so fucking embarrassed every time B Reel hits between. Yo, I have the worst B Reel of all time. Like, I don't know if you guys both follow me on B Reel. I have the worst B Reel of all time because it's always hitting when I am on the couch. And I am real. I'm very real. I'm not going to get up and make some fake scene, whatever. So it's just my ass smoking weed on the couch, listening to Harry Potter every fucking time. If it's between 6 p.m. and 12 a.m., that's what I'm doing. Like, it's crazy and it's so lame. And it's like looking in a mirror. Like, it's like, I gotta take a look.
Because people, it's real. Exactly. People like wait like hours until they do something.
It's crazy.
To post something. It's like, well, you're not real. And you're taking away from the whole purpose of the app.
Exactly. We're all being real. Yeah. We're all laying around and I don't sorry to the fans, you can't see my B-reel because I only accept people that I know in real life because I look like a garbage bag every day.
I don't know why people would want random people.
No, I don't want that.
You're up to.
I guess if you're always gallivanting, always doing something great, like, check me out. Exactly. It's my private story, which I don't even have a close friend story like on my Instagram. Like I just never even, it seemed, I started making one once and I was like, all right, well, if I add this person, then I have to add this person because they'll feel left out. And I was like, all right, I might as well just keep to all my fucking followers, like whatever. But I love this for that reason, for like nobody can see it. So however many days in a row I post myself on my purple couch smoking weed, it's still fine. Like it's still, nobody cares. We're all laughing. People are like, wow, how many days in a row can we go? Like it's out of control. But the shake up is sometimes necessary, especially when it comes to like your living space. Like you you know, you get stuck in this rut and you get stuck with just surrounded by all your stuff, and not everything has a place anymore. Like you outgrow a space, I guess, is kind of how I guess it is. And sometimes you don't realize it until it's too late and you need someone to shove you out of the nest. And that's how I'm feeling right now. And that's how I feel. That's how I think I would feel if I were to purchase a home or purchase an apartment, that I'd be like, fuck, now is the time. I got to get my shit together because I own this place now. Like, this is all on me. I have to get there. Like, I am living in here for the foreseeable future. Like, this is something that I need to make sure that I love this place. I feel at home and I can be productive and not fall into this same kind of rut. Like, no one's going to kick me in the ass in a couple of years and tell me to buy a new home. It's going to be like, all right, well, switch up the decorations, make it an oasis for yourself. Do whatever you want with it. And yeah, I think that goes all the way back to my apartment, what I'm doing with my apartment. My bedroom is going to look like a garden, and my living room is going to look like a witch lives there, but she's chic about it. Yeah. That's what I'm excited. So we'll see. We'll see how that comes to fruition. I'll certainly post photos of it because I need to brag. Okay. A part of moving to a new home or a new apartment, whatever, a lot of that kind of hinges on what your relationship status is at the time. And I think that another new chapter that people don't realize is so important and such a learning opportunity is a change in relationship status. Whether you're getting into a new serious relationship, whether you're getting out of a relationship, there's always a moment for growth there. And that, to me, that's something that I haven't experienced in a while. I haven't grown either way on a relationship in a while. And gotta take a look in the mirror about that probably, but what are you gonna do? I think that sometimes if you're in a relationship and you don't feel like it's worth changing for, or it's worth working on, as I get older, I feel like those are the relationships where you're like, all right, let's tap out here. Like, what are we doing? We're wasting our time. I'm not growing. You're not growing. What's happening? At the same time, at what point do you need to push yourself in that situation? Like, okay, I'm the one that needs to grow here. You are acting like an adult. You are doing all the right things. You're doing everything that I thought I wanted. Is this really what I want? Or am I looking for something else? Or am I just refusing to grow in this situation? And, I feel like you see it a lot with breakups. Like, so many people that I know have strung along boyfriends, girlfriends for way too fucking long. And they talk, I think it's a testament when someone is talking to their friends about you as their significant other. If they don't say 100% nice things all the time, maybe they make a couple of jokes like, oh, she's crazy, or oh my God, like, a couple of jokes are fine. But if you are talking shit about your significant other, break up with them. Like, you can't talk shit behind their back. Like, I've had a couple of relationships where I talk shit behind their back all the time. And in my head, I was like, why the fuck did I even bother? Like, it was just fun to talk shit about them, like to their friends basically. And they would talk shit with me. Like, it was all like part of the relationship was the fun I had talking shit about them with their friends behind their back. Like, that's fucked up, And when you find someone that you're like, oh no, I would never say a bad thing. Like, even after a breakup, if it's a mature breakup and a growing breakup, you don't say bad things. Like, I had a boyfriend in college. I talk about it all the time, that we broke up. And I have never said a bad thing about him. He's like one of the most amazing people in the world. Like, just so sweet. He was so good to me. Like, it just wasn't I was in college. I was in college. I wanted to move to New York. I was thinking about all this other shit. And I knew that I couldn't be the person that he needed me to be. And I know he was upset about it for a long time, definitely mad at me. But we talked about it a little bit years later. I apologized for being a dick about it. I wasn't really a dick about it, but I just was like, I broke up with him. And, and as far as I can tell now, he's like living a lovely life. Like, he has like a precious girlfriend. Like, they seem to be having a good time. We follow each other on Instagram again. It's like lovely, and it feels mature and it feels nice. And that, I think about that all the time as like a mature growth moment. Like, I would have been mad at myself if I had kept that going and pretended like it was going to be what I wanted, because I didn't know what I wanted at that time. Like, I had no idea. And it feels like the only time in my life where I was like, all right, I wasn't a total asshole about something. Like, I wasn't only thinking about myself. And I feel like a lot of people need to come to that realization. And, it comes at different points in life. Like, since then, I haven't had an opportunity to like be very mature. Like, I've just been like dumped and then, bitchy about it. Like, there's no real like relationship after that where I've been like, all right, I'm taking the growth approach. Like, here we are, we're doing well. But not really. And And I think that I'm trying to think how to phrase this. If you are in a relationship and you don't want to be anymore, then you just shouldn't be. Like, I feel like it's not that hard to even explain. Like, it's just don't be in it. And then on the flip side, if you come into a new relationship and it's like you've opened your eyes for the first time. You're like, oh my fucking God, here I am. I can see the future. Like, I can see how I want my life to be. That is something to work towards. That is also a new chapter that you must focus on if it feels right. Because there are times when you meet somebody and it's right place, right person, wrong time. And maybe you just have to, keep that relationship in your life and make sure that it stays the way it is. And maybe eventually things will work out. Or, you meet somebody right away and everything clicks immediately. And you're like, oh my God, yes, you can't abandon the rest of your life. It's the first time that you're not going to get swept up in a relationship and be like, oh, I have a boyfriend now. Fuck all my friends. Like, I'm not going to hang out with anybody. It's just me and my boyfriend. You can't do that either. It has to be the right mix of, all right, I want you to fit into my life somehow. So let's figure out how this works. And I think that that's always, that's a tough thing. That's a huge step in your life. That's a huge chapter. I don't know. That's how I feel about that. I also think, this is the last one I have on my little listy for this. I think that the change of seasons also brings new chapters. I feel like every fall specifically, maybe it's that back to school mentality. Like, maybe, I don't know what exactly it is about new seasons. Maybe because we all make a big deal out of it. Because, we all are sick of a season by the time a new one starts. So it feels like we get to start fresh, whatever. Fall time for me feels like a brand new life. Like, it feels like, all right, now we're starting over. Like, summertime is a throwaway. Like, anything I do in the summer doesn't count. And then fall is like, all right, we're getting our fucking shit together. We are getting healthy. We are getting real. We are getting as best as we can be. Usually that all falls apart around January, but sometimes you have to think like, all right, no, I'm pushing through. Shit is changing and I have to be great. I have to be the best version of myself. And I think that those realizations come when the seasons change. Spring comes, it's springtime, it's brand new, blah blah blah, like love is in the air, life is in the air, whatever, we're getting outside again, it's all that kind of shit. But I don't know what it is about seasons that make me think that. What do you think about seasons? What's your favorite seasonal transition, I should ask?
I think mine is winter to spring. Once it
I like
starts
that.
to get a little warmer and it's 70 and you're feeling happy again.
Yeah, I love that.
The winter in New York is just so brutal.
It's garbage, yeah.
That when you start to see the sun again, it just makes you want to
it does.
Walk faster. And
makes you want to get on a rooftop.
Yeah, exactly.
Get on a rooftop, drink in my hand, wearing a tank top, something. I will say that I just, was talking about fall and how fall is new beginnings, but the springtime, the first time you can sit outside and eat a meal is the best feeling. Yeah. It just is woo, I get to people watch again. I don't have to be wearing a coat right now. You feel lighter. I'm not ready for coats. I love coats. I'm a coat girl. I have a million jackets. Yeah. But I'm not ready for the bulkiness of it. I love being a little freewheeling with my jacket.
Me and Madeline are fall people. We love
you love the layers. You love the bulk.
Yeah. Sweatshirts, I cannot wait to wear sweatshirts.
I love all that when I don't have to carry stuff. I feel like whenever I'm specifically thinking of traveling and having to wear a coat while traveling, that I hate so much. Yeah. But if I get to just wear a coat with my little purse and I get to walk around with my matching gloves through the West Village, go on a brunch,
fall outfits are so much easier to style and make than
you can just add more shit
outfit.
to it. Yeah.
The more layering, the cooler you look. I think.
100%. Yeah, you guys are gonna be shocked by the amount of layers I'm about to come out of this season with. Holy shit! I want to wear 12 coats at once, as a fashion statement. I don't want to, but I just want to walk around. I don't want to have to carry my shit anywhere. That's basically my thought on that.
A big transition that I was thinking of is
what do you think?
Going to college.
So much. Yeah. I have people in my DMs talking about the school transitions, high school to college, college to real life. Yeah. What do you think is more intense, high school to college or college to real life?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's hard, right? I'm not actually sure what I think.
I was going to say high school to college too.
Yeah.
I think going to college was my biggest life change.
Yeah.
That was the time where I matured the most, I feel like.
Yeah.
And really had to find myself, and be able to be more confident in myself, I feel like. And I think it's different for me because leaving college, I came back to New Jersey, back to New York. You know, I didn't do like a big life change. So I think for other people that may be different, but just going to a whole new big school with knowing nobody, like that was such a crazy new, like life-changing experience.
I could not agree more. I'm wondering why that isn't higher on my own list of significance. Like I think maybe I'm too far from college to think about it like that, but when you lay it out like that, that was fucking crazy. I went to a different state 9 hours away. I just was like, I gotta get the hell out of here. But then same thing, I came back to New Jersey, ended up living in New York. Like it was always like, all right, it almost felt like a vacation. Like, all right, here's a 4-year vacation from like real life. Like it felt like a fever dream sometimes. Like it just was.
I know. Sometimes I look, and I mean, I've only been a year graduated, and I look back and I'm like, I cannot believe I went to college.
Yes, exactly,
like,
right?
What? Like, when did I do that?
Whenever,
it feels like forever ago.
Yeah, whenever I see like old pictures or people, I'll get memories. You know, people will text me like, "Oh my god, I remember this," or you know, whatever. I always in my head, I'm like, no, I don't remember any of that, and it's not because I was like so fucked up. I don't remember. It's just like I must have had so many things happen in my life since then that makes that seem insignificant. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm laughing. I can't believe that actually happened. I can't believe I did that. Can't believe I was at that party, at that place. We did that event. Like you do so much shit in college.
So much.
And then the minute you leave, it's like, all right, well, that's all over now.
And
you know,
just,
whatever.
Yeah, totally. It's just like a huge life change. I was talking about this with my cousin because he just started his first week at Fordham.
Oh, exciting.
And he like hates it.
Oh,
just
no.
really is not like finding his place right now. He's only been there for
That's
a week.
week one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, say it's week one.
And I was saying to him, I was like, it's very underrated how big of a change college is. Because you go from high school where you're with your friends and your family and your teachers
and friends that you've
forever.
known for since primary school, like kindergarten.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're thrown into this whole new environment. And there's like this weird social stigma like on social media and stuff where like you're just instantly supposed to love your school and find your friends and know what you're doing and everyone's posting like, oh, this is the best school ever, like I love my roommate,
they're fucking
I love
liars.
My life.
They're all liars.
Lying. It takes so much time to like figure out your place in your new college and figure out your friends. Like you are not friends with the people that you're friends with your freshman year at all.
No,
like,
not even close.
Your life changes so much and it just takes so much time. And I don't think people realize that. They just like expect it to just be like this new transition from high school. Like, oh, like it's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And it's an entirely new
completely
life, basically.
Also, something you said just jogged my thoughts about how the people that you meet when you first get there, you think you're best friends with and you end up like not really being friends.
Yeah. That
I think is what makes it seem so bad for those who haven't like done that. So like your cousin, you said?
Yeah.
So say he's there and maybe he's not like BFF with his roommate, but they get along fine. They're building a friendship, whatever. That to me is so much more normal than you go to college, you get your roommates, and all of a sudden you're best fucking friends. Like here we are, we're best friends. And I did this. I went to school. I had 2 roommates. We were all so excited to like move in, get to know each other. We got along great. We had so much fun. We had a lot of fun for like 3 or 4 months. And then turns out they were monsters. And like, it's just, you don't know that until you experience it. And it's like, we had this like, just this group of friends. And we're like, yes, we are best fucking friends. And I swear to God, we did nothing without each other for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And then, things happen, shit hits the fan. That's like a story for another day. But like, you realize like, oh no, these are just shitty people. Like these are not my friends.
Yeah.
They were my friends by proximity, by convenience.
Totally.
And I would say that I still have a few very good friends from college and that have been my friends since freshman year, but I didn't meet them or become very close to them at least until like second semester.
Yep.
And then well into our sophomore year.
Yeah.
Like it took a lot of time because that's how life works. That's how relationships really work. Like whenever you see people posting like loving college, loving my life day one, it's like, sure, maybe they're right. Maybe they're having fun, whatever. But just because they look like they're having fun somewhere doesn't mean that their relationships are real. Doesn't mean that their experiences are so amazing. It's all magnified. It's all under a microscope, So
really
it's totally different.
Like reality in a way.
100%.
And
yes.
like stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Did you ever call your parents like crying a lot in school?
Yeah, every
Yeah.
weekend.
Love that.
I would call my
Yeah.
mom every single weekend,
Yeah.
probably until like my last like 4 or 3 weeks of college.
That's hilarious.
I hated my first year of school.
Yeah. My
And,
brother did too.
yeah.
He hated it.
I just would constantly be texting my mom like, oh my God, I want to come home, constantly asking if I could come home, like all this stuff. And I knew that I was starting to feel more comfortable and with the people that I knew I was going to be friends with for a while when which sounds sad, but
Yeah.
I kind of stopped like reaching out to my mom as much.
Oh no, that's totally the case. Is when you let yourself like kind of push
Like,
yourself
without,
out of
like,
your
a-
comfort
yeah,
zone
exactly.
and not having that like security blanket of your
Yeah.
parents
Yep.
or of like your friend. Like I did not talk to my parents a lot at school, which I know my mom was like very mad at me about. It was a constant conversation. Like the only time he ever calls is when you need money. Like that was the thing. But it wasn't that I wasn't trying to like talk to my parents. It was that I wanted to like
Be on your own.
be present,
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
on my own, be
Yeah.
around all these people. I moved so far away. I'm in this new school. It's for a reason. I'm trying to
Yeah.
like experience a different part of life. I can't have my parents there to like support me all the time. And I think in doing that, it made it a lot easier to transition after college. Like
Yeah.
it was like, all right, I've got it on lock. Like I'm already used to this. So
Totally.
that new chapter, moving on to real life, it was a little bit easier, I think.
College
Yeah.
definitely gears you up for real life way more than high school gears
Billion
you up
times.
for
High school
college.
is nothing. High school is so insignificant. I
It's
can't even
so
explain.
Stupid. Like
I wish I like cared less in high school. Like I know that you had to
Yeah.
care because of grades. You want to get into school, whatever. Like I definitely did the bare minimum when it came to grades. But
same.
like I wish I cared less about like other shit. Like I don't know. It just seemed
it's-
so
I'm-
intense at the time.
It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I wish I could go back in time and just like tell my like 16, 17-year-old self like, relax.
Yeah.
This is not like a life-ending event.
Yes.
Even though it feels like your entire world's like upside down. Like this is like a blimp.
Yes, like this means
in a
nothing.
Big
There's
picture.
no need to get so worked up. Shit
Yeah.
gets so much better. Like there's so many other things you're gonna have to
Yeah.
worry about later.
Yeah,
like
literally.
save it now.
I know. Like don't
It's
worry
crazy.
about like stupid friend drama. Like,
Exactly. Did you guys ever feel like I finally feel, and this might just be like I might just be in the middle of like a real change in my life and my psyche or whatever, but I now feel like my life is my own. Is that crazy? Like I kind of my whole life felt like, all right, I gotta do this. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through high school. I gotta get through college. I was just kind of like, all right, always waiting for something better and more exciting and something that like I actually wanted to do. And now I feel like I'm at that point where it's like, all right, and it's not that like my parents made me do all those things. It was just like, society says you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you move somewhere and whatever. And that's just kind of how I always felt. And now I finally feel like, no. I love what I'm doing. I love where I live. I love the people that I have around me. And now it feels like I'm in control of the situation. And I also think that growing up, I always was kind of waiting for that feeling. Like, when am I going to feel like this is my own life? Is that a weird thing to say? Like,
No, I completely agree.
like, is that a therapist conversation I should have had? Like, maybe not here to my therapist. I don't
like
have.
in the middle, like, because I feel like in school, I definitely was like, I don't want to be here. Like, I don't like learning. Like,
of course, no, I'm the same.
I don't like learning, but
no, I
don't
hated
like
learning, and
doing
I get
homework
pissed
and
that I
stuff.
hated
Yeah.
learning so much because I
Yeah.
love learning now. But I'm like, at the time, I was like, all I wanted to do was watch TV and text my friends. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about U.S. history. Like, I
Yeah.
know still to this day know nothing about like early U.S. history. Oh
Yeah.
God, that's my least. I can't memorize that shit. People make those jokes all the time here. Everybody makes like smart jokes, and I'm like, yeah, Winston
What?
Churchill? Question mark? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, what? I
what did
know.
he do? Like,
Yeah,
it feels stupid, but I
yeah.
don't care.
And now it's nice being able to like actually do what I want to do and like have
Mm-hmm.
like a freedom, but at the same time, like I'm still like a little bit financially like
Sure.
relying on my parents,
Yeah.
and like I live in my parents' place, so like there is still that aspect where it's like, damn, I kind of wish I wish I had like a little bit more of like a like
A little more
place
like-
that doesn't
yeah.
rely on like my parents,
Like a little more independence.
yeah, a little bit more
Yeah.
independence, but at the same time, like I feel like I'm in that transition.
100%. Those times, and now like I've also been in those situations where I've had to have my parents help me out. Like I'd get laid off, my parents would pay my rent for a couple months. Like that's very lucky that they were able to do that for me. But also I hated it because I was like, this now I just feel like I have to everything they say, everything they do, they've got me, by the balls.
Totally.
And that's not like a jab at them. Like I'm so thankful that they were able to help me out and stuff like that. But then, it's guilt.
Things.
I think it's just guilt. Like I feel guilty that I am not independent when I feel like I should be independent. And I know that they know that I feel that way. Like they know that I always worry about, ask either if I'm asking for money or asking for help or whatever, that I'm going to be it's not no strings attached. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I worry that there's always strings, but like, why am I worrying? Like that's my parents. My parents is my family. Why is that a concern? But especially when I was a little bit younger, that was like the worst feeling. It was like, oh fuck, like I wish I could just do whatever. But then at the same time, it's like, I got a nice fucking apartment and I'm comfortably growing.
Yeah.
I'm not like struggling on the street. I would take that over.
I got a tattoo and my mom like is up my ass about it. It's
of course.
So annoying.
Yeah,
it's like little things like that where like and she says like, oh, like you like still live like in my apartment.
Exactly.
Like you're still like under my rules. And I'm like, well, fuck.
It's like, well, stop. I was like,
Yeah.
fine, whatever, fine.
Yeah.
Those are the things that when they happen one too many times, you get that spark of anger where like, you know what, fuck
like,
this. Like I am going to get my own apartment. I am going to change
point.
my fucking life
Yeah.
and I'm going to start a new chapter myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the shit you have.
I feel like in high school and college, I was Mirrorball by Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes. Oh, please. I still feel like that. I feel like that right now, literally right in this moment, I feel like Mirrorball.
Like that sound has been going viral on TikTok. Like where I've never been a natural. All I do is try. I literally, I wish I had that song in high school and college.
Yes.
So I could be like sulking in my room over it.
Yes.
And now I feel like I'm slowly starting to like shed that and be like, okay, I am my own person. I'm doing my own thing.
Yes.
Like I don't have to be a Mirrorball anymore. But
Yes.
high school and college, that's all I did.
1,000,000,000%. I'll tell you what. I am glad that Mirrorball did not come out in high school and college. I think I would have slit my wrist to Mirrorball in high school. Like I'm not kidding. I love that song. I'm still right like present day. If I play Mirrorball too many times in my apartment, I'm like, whoa, I got to turn this shit off because it's getting real in here. Like it's too much. If I had Mirrorball to blast on repeat in high school, oh no, my parents would have called the police.
I feel like in high school and college, I like, didn't have a personality of my own. I was literally just like reflecting whoever I wanted to be friends with.
Yeah.
And now I've like finally been like, okay, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
like,
no. You broke out of your little shell.
Yeah.
You broke out. You're like, no, bitches, this is me. This is my show.
Exactly. But Mirrorball still, I mean,
it's still everything. I do a my Christmas tree theme every year is Mirrorball. I have like Mirrorball lights. I have like disco ball lights. I have like all the it's a whole thing. It's concerning. The Taylor Swift thing is concerning and it's not getting any better. So, whatever. But there's all kinds of stuff. I have a little section that I did. It's promises to make. Like you always are making promises yourself in these new chapters. This is just a quick thing that you have like personal goals you always want to hit. You want to get organized. You want to get healthy. I think that the biggest part of all of this and something that I personally am going to focus on with my new chapter is just having a routine. I feel like I don't have a fucking routine like at any point. Like I said, I come home, I sit on my phone, I listen to Harry Potter, I do whatever. Like why don't I use that time to like go take a walk, go, just keep it moving, keep my body, lively. I'm not just like a sad sack on the fucking couch. And I feel like everybody always makes these promises and they always say they're going to change and, new beginnings and blah, blah, blah. But I think if people just focus on having a routine, making those changes become a lot easier. Like it's one thing to be like, oh, I need to get healthy. I need to eat healthy and I need to make dinner all the time and I need to do whatever. It's like, yeah, of course. Everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to feel like they're in control of their diet, feel like they're in control of their, their dinners or whatever the fuck. But forcing yourself into a routine of making that dinner, I'm probably going to have leftovers, so I'll have the lunch. It just all kind of starts falling into place. And I only know this from experience. Like I have given myself a good routine before and then you just fall out of it. Like it's just things happen like, oh, I'm lazy today. Your mood changes. Like things, external factors always affect it. But if I've never had a routine that I've really kept up for a long time, like I feel like it works for a couple of months. You feel great for a while. You start to fall off. You start to slack a little bit because you're like, I deserve it.
Uh-oh.
And it's like,
It's
what?
official.
No.
Where are you seeing this?
My friend just texted, "Rip Queen Elizabeth." Oh my God, so sad.
No, I'm going to cry my eyes out. Where's my phone?
No, I haven't seen it.
Wait, I haven't seen.
I haven't seen anything. I don't know if she's real.
Wait, she passed. My mom just said she passed.
No.
Damn.
The third floor Slack just said she's passed.
No.
Yep.
No.
Oh my god. Wait, we have to like give context.
Oh my God.
The Queen.
I'm like on the verge of tears. We're recording this on the day that Queen Elizabeth.
I'm only.
I don't know what to say.
I know.
All right. Be a news anchor. Be a news anchor. Be a news anchor. We're gonna clip this. We're gonna put it out. We are recording this episode in advance. It will be released on October 5th, but it happens to be the day. It happens to be the day that Queen Elizabeth and her entire family traveled to Scotland because her health took a deep turn. And I fucking knew while we were recording this that the announcement of her death would come out. And I still haven't seen it with my own eyes.
It's on
I still haven't seen
TV,
it with
my
my own
mom
eyes.
said. It's on TV.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing nothing. Breaking
I
Queen
know.
Elizabeth II. Fuck, Vanity Fair. Breaking Queen
TMZ.
Elizabeth II, the longest reigning
Yep.
monarch in British history, has died at age 96.
Yep, TMZ just reported too. Longest serving monarch in British
Oh.
history has died.
Oh my gosh. The TV. It's ITV.
No. No. A moment of silence for Queen Elizabeth.
Literally.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh my god.
How do we fit? We were almost done. We were almost done.
I know. Thank God.
Where's Fran?
London is starting.
It's crazy because people have such mixed reactions about it. Like some people are like, "Oh, like fuck the Queen, like fuck the
No,
monarchy."
I don't understand that mentality. I don't
Yeah.
understand the people that are like, "Oh, fuck her. She has barely any power." Someone tweeted at me today and was like, "The Queen has just as much power as a
I
mayor
think
in New
people just
Jersey."
don't
I'm
like
like, "Fuck
them.
off."
People don't like them because like they have a very interesting and kind of
They have a
not the
sordid
great
past. Well,
yeah.
she's 96 years old. She's been a monarch her entire
Yeah.
fucking life. Like, of course.
I love the royal
she's got
family.
I love them too. This is a pro royal family podcast. Oh my God. Let's finish this. Let's get through this.
Yeah.
And then I got to go out there. All right. Fuck what I was saying before. A sense of accomplishment, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you know what? This fits in perfectly. New chapter. I said sometimes.
New
No, I'm
king.
not kidding. I'm not kidding. I literally wrote this. Sometimes a new chapter is a good way to manage grief. It distracts you in a good way. It helps you realize that there is more to life when someone that you love, someone that you respect passes away unexpectedly or expectedly. It doesn't really matter. If you can throw yourself into something productive, something good, it's a great way to process grief. And that's exactly what I'll be doing at the end of this episode to process the death of the Queen, which on October 5th, when you guys hear this and it comes out, I will still be talking about it. So this won't be old news. This is literally something that I'm still going to be talking about. Oh my God. Let me read a couple of DMs. I feel bad because I got a lot of DMs.
Family tweeted about it.
Oh my fucking God, what'd they say?
The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and Queen consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. Who are the King and Queen consort?
Charles and Camilla.
And Camilla. Wait, is Camilla gonna be the Queen?
No, fuck no. As if. Oh my God, I'm getting so many texts right now.
Wait,
Well, no, because Charles is the king. She'll be the queen. It's the king and the queen consort.
Queen consort.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
Prince Philip a king consort?
Yes, I think so.
Oh.
Yes. But Charles and Camilla, whatever. He should have abdicated.
Yeah. Can he? Still?
I don't know.
Is that an option
I don't
here?
even know. I'm blown away. We're locked in this room. All right, we gotta get out of this room. Let me read a couple of DMs. It's not fair because I got a lot of DMs. People are lovely. People are really opening up on here. So I just want to read a couple. Okay. Someone else's new house coming in 2.5 weeks. Love it. Another homeowner. It's true what parents used to say. Managing a home is a full-time job. Yes, we discussed. We got new job. We've got coming out. Hell yeah. That's a new fucking chapter. That's a fun ass chapter. Love that. When your friends start moving away and don't all live in the same city anymore. That one made me sad. Like that's how your like high school friends feel. Like all my high school friends at one point lived like all over the country and it was really hard. And a couple of them moved back and are close to me now. And that's lovely. But it's weird that it feels very adult. It feels very grown up, Just got married 3 weeks ago. Congratulations. Just accepted a dream job in Pebble Beach, but only have 20 days to find a room and an apartment. Ugh. You know what? Sometimes the best work comes when it's under pressure. Like I said, I found this place out of nowhere. I got really lucky. If you just keep fucking moving, just keep eyes on the prize. Always. Losing 20 plus year friendships and moving forward. This one's so sad. This happens a lot. You just outgrow people. Sometimes they become, you are a different person than when you were a child. And sometimes that happens, It's sad as fuck. A new emotional support water bottle. Congratulations. It's a big deal. I don't have an emotional support water bottle, but I need one. Everybody likes them. Living by yourself, no roommate, no significant other. It's a powerful time. That's exactly how I feel right now. I've never felt more powerful in my entire fucking life. I won't lie to you. Getting engaged, new job, wedding, building a house, all in 14 months. It's been a wild time. That's fucking crazy. But again, when it's a pressure cooker, you get shit done. If you work well under pressure, it's a good time. Transferring colleges, that's a good one. A lot of people transfer schools, and some people love it. Some people, like, they hate their school so much they transfer school. They get to the new place. It's the most amazing place they've ever been, you know? Moved out of my childhood home to a city 2 hours away. Yeah, that's a big deal. Moving out of your childhood home, that's a tough one. I haven't had to experience that yet. My parents are still in our house when we grew up. I did move when I was in like the 3rd grade, but my first house, it's like whatever. My brother was too young for that house, so like I have my own personal memories there, but the house I grew up in is the house my parents still live in, I feel. Just got married, just moved to Oakland, marriage, first real job. Okay. I'm sorry to these people. Thank you to everybody who submitted, and they're lovely. And maybe we'll talk more about it. I have all of them saved, so we can talk more about it at a later date, but we have to go. The queen is dead and I need to grieve it properly. So I love you all. We'll see you next week. We're excited about the new chapter here.
Wednesdays at 10 a.m.
Wednesdays at 10 a.m. It'll be available on YouTube and podcasts wherever they are found. We'll see you then.